See if anyone pops in the room. Here we go.
Yeah, looks like everybody's coming in now.
Hola. All right. Welcome to our webinar. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Letting our attendees pop in. So you might notice right off the bat, it's usually something that folks are like, hey, this looks a little different. We're using Zoom webinar versus Zoom meeting room. So in this case, we you don't have that chat box like you're used to, or you don't see everyone's pictures, only the panelists' pictures who are in from our team. And but there is a question and answer box. So if you can, I'd love for you to locate the Q&A box. Go ahead and type a hi or hello or where you're at or who you might be as we see you guys coming in. That way we're able to go ahead and make sure you know where that question box is. So if you can find that, you should see it on the panel with the GoToWebinar. And since, yes, this is different than our whole setup that we're used to with Zoom or Did I say GoToWebinar? Man, that was a flashback. That's been quite a few years since I've used that. Zoom webinar. There we go. Dawn said hi in the question answer. So Dawn, that's the space right there that you're going to go ahead and type in if you have any questions along the way. So just feel free to do that. And as the questions are answered, and I will just use this one as an example. Ooh, some echoes. Then you will see a tab that's called answered. And so anyone who asks a question, when we answer them, you will see them in the answered area for everyone to view. So that's how that works with Zoom webinar. All right, awesome. And my panelists are joining in with me. We'll give it just a couple more minutes for a few more people to join in on the webinar, and then we will get started here in just a moment. It does record from the beginning, so we are already recording this. We will be sending a copy of this out as well.
Yep.
We ready, Jordan? Feeling pretty ready?
I think so. I mean, we can give it another minute for some last late joiners, but I think we're just about ready to get started.
Okay. And I'm going to give that spiel just one more time. I know some of you have already heard it, but just because we are finding when we're doing these webinars now using Zoom webinar, that this is a different tool than Zoom meeting room. And I almost always, the questions we get are, where's all the pictures and where's the chat box? So with Zoom webinar, we only have the panelist pictures showing here, and there is a Q&A box. So if you can locate that Q&A box, that would be great. You can submit questions. You will also see answered questions as they come in. So if you want to type a hi or hello in there, feel free to. That lets us know that you've located that question box. All right.
Yeah. And feel free throughout the entire webinar to pop questions in that Q&A box. Allison and I and the other panelists will be monitoring that area and trying to get some answers out to you. And if not, we can get some answers out after the webinar is over. So don't be shy with questions.
All right, great. And just to do a quick intro on the panelists listed here, and then we're going to get started. I'm Allison James with One Each Technologies. Jordan and Chrissy are also with One Each Technologies, and Hannah is joining us from Amazon Business. So any questions you might have pertaining to mindful giving, One Each, Amazon, if you put the questions in there, we have experts on our panel who are going to be able to answer them. Jordan and I are going to be the ones talking today, so you get to listen to our lovely voices, hopefully, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you all for joining us, and let's kick this off. Jordan, you're going to run the screen for me, and I'm going to start off for everyone. So welcome to our webinar today on mindful giving. I'm very excited about this platform that we have here at One Each Technologies. Next screen, please. So let me tell you just a little bit about us because we've invited both current customers and folks who haven't necessarily been customers of One Each before, but probably have heard of us. So we work with lots of nonprofits. Over 1,000 nonprofits out there are working with One Each technologies. We're focused on nonprofits. We get nonprofits. Company's been around since 1999. My story, I'm Allison James. I was a director of a United Way in North Carolina and became a customer in 2003. So that was a while ago. And love One Each so much and all that they have to offer that I've been an employee of theirs since 2006. So it's been a while. And what I love in the work we do and in the company we are is that we are truly passionate about the work of nonprofits. We understand them. We work with so many of them. We learn from you guys, you learn from us, we grow and we keep developing. And that's what mindful giving's about. Mindful giving's about listening to our customers, hearing the needs that are going on in our changing world of fundraising and development and how we need to engage donors in a different way. So I'm super excited about this platform. And you know, Jordan has been working with a customer and she has a great success story of what this platform can do for you. So Jordan, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about your cool venture?
Yeah, thanks, Allison. So I'm Jordan. I may be a familiar face to some of you. I have been with One Each for a couple of years now, and I've kind of played around in a few different roles with project management and account management, and I am now our director of operations here. So familiar with working with a lot of our customers through various processes, and again, really excited about this mindful giving new tool that we have ready. We have tested it out on a couple of accounts. One of them was United Way of Northwest Louisiana. They were getting ready to launch a campaign that they were partnering with their agencies to collect personal items and toys for foster care. So they were looking for a way to easily do that and kind of gather all those specific items, get them out to their donors so that it was easy for them to pick and choose products and then ship them directly to the partner agencies that are then going to wrap them up and distribute them out. So we used this use case for our mindful giving tool. We were able to put in all of those kind of curated products on one list that they could push out on their website and then share to all their social media channels. And then once the products are purchased on the website, they ship themselves directly to the agency, which saved a bunch of time and for the donors not having to gather those products and deliver them to the United Way. It just automatically shipped, which was very nice. They launched their campaign just recently, this week, in fact. And on the very first day, they raised over $2,400 in in-kind donations just on day one, which was amazing. So we were really excited to see just a good success story and that the product, you know, is useful, it's working, and it's helpful for both the organization and the donors that they interact with.
Okay. So this was done through our mindful giving platform. And the idea is with driving donor engagement. Okay, so whether you're a church, you're a nonprofit fundraiser like a United Way, YMCA, whatever organization you are, ultimately you're in a role of trying to raise some money to support the work that you're doing and to support causes and needs. So we've seen a change over the years on how people do this. For example, we've seen a standard of workplace campaigns in a lot of businesses where employers do payroll deductions and do that kind of thing. That's starting to shift a bit. We've all seen that happen. We see where there's campaigns like give to our organization because we do this, or give to a cause, give to kids who maybe an after school program for YMCA. And so we're raising money for the after school program. Well, the shift is even going further down the road than that. The shift is going to things like items, shoes for the kids to go to the after school program. And so we are trying to drive donor engagement to individuals who are looking at things differently than just like giving to the organization. So we have been listening to our customers. we're hearing that we need to approach things a little differently. It's been harder and harder to get donor dollars and to get support. So that's how this is all involved. And in this case, we can do it all online. So that's the beauty of it all. Go ahead. So the name of this is Mindful Giving, and I love the name. I love the name because that's us. We are mindful about our dollars. We're not just going to give them, and we really want to give them in a meaningful way. And the fact that there's a platform now that'll allow me to do it from the convenience of my home or my phone or wherever and make a meaningful impact for people using a tool I'm familiar with, which is ultimately an Amazon purchasing tool. And we've all done that before. That's about as easy as it gets. So that's super cool. Go ahead. So we have made this a very easy platform to use. You're going to drive your donor engagement. People are going to find this super easy to do, super easy to do on the fly. So that will increase your donations because it's easy, right? It's a simple giving process. We've got a very quality experience. It's an experience that most people are used to. It's not asking them to go do something that they've never done before, right? It's asking them to go do something they're used to and they're comfortable with. So they feel comfort in that and they feel quality in that. And you're going to keep them as a donor. You're going to increase your retention because that was easy. And that's what donors like. Donors want to be able to give, do something easy, and do something they see as meaningful. So, and specifically, we're really looking at targeting our millennials. That's what we're hearing from folks. Go ahead to the next slide, Jordan. Our younger donors do think about this differently. They aren't as inclined to do like an online workplace campaign and give out of their paycheck every month to a general cause. There's still that fear out there that someone's going to take my money and go to Tahiti. They're really wanting to be involved and they do donate. We have statistically seen this is a donation group. They are charitable. They want to give. They like online. They like technology. Their phone is always with them, always, right? So this platform really does target that kind of donor, a donor who will have an easy access on their hand, who wants to give and who wants to give a specific thing. So what we have going on, like Giving Tuesday is coming up, and it was kind of interesting because one of our customers, a United Way, is like they're doing Giving Tuesday, and instead of it just being, hey, it's Giving Tuesday, give money to our organization, we need shoes. We need shoes for kids and our homeless in the community, and we're doing a shoe campaign. And here's the ability to go purchase all these shoes. Boom. And Giving Tuesday, yeah, it's a day to give out to charity, but what if it was a really specific cause or a really specific need? We're also working with a lot of organizations right now who are doing Christmas wish list kind of things, coats for kids, or they got angel trees, or they're doing any kind of cause where they're trying to help families during the holidays. Wow, wouldn't that be great to just have the links for everything for them to purchase online? They're making a donation to you. We go through this process. So that's kind of cool. Go ahead, Jordan. Let's go to the next slide. So this is where it's simple for you to set it up. So you're going to go ahead and find items, and you're going to set up the items for people to buy. And what's different about this, though, than other processes is that it's your Amazon mindful giving setup. So the mindful giving platform utilizes the Amazon store, but it's your page. So when I'm going to give and purchase things, I'm going to your page. I'm not going to my Amazon and pulling up items and paying Amazon and sending them to you. I'm going to your page, which has Amazon items on it. I'm paying you. And then guess what? You get my name. I'm not some mysterious person who bought you stuff. You have a relationship built with me now. I get a tax write-off. So I'm excited about that. and then you settle up with Amazon on the purchases that are made. So it is a slight difference to how other processes have worked before. You will have an Amazon business account, and we'll work with you in getting this all worked out together. Go ahead to the next slide. It goes into some of those details. So first, you're going to create that product list of items that you're needing. And what we've seen in fact, we saw it with Northeast Louisiana, is that we can do this based on kind of a campaign, like they had it focused on a certain thing, such as like the shoes. I'm doing a campaign around shoes. So you can have a campaign around different needs. Maybe there's a campaign around a need for homeless, or a need around Christmas, or a need for kids. Once you pick those items for that campaign and set that up, you promote it. You promote it out there to folks that we are getting these items in need for our communities. They buy the items, and again, they're going to go through you. So you automatically get that 0.05% kickback from Amazon for it being your account. So that's cool. We do know that in this process, you will also have the opportunity to ask people if they want to also do a donation. So Jordan's going to demonstrate how this all works visually, so you can see actual pages. But you can really not only get items, you can get flat out donations too if people throw in additional dollars. The products do get delivered out to you, and then you distribute them. So that's kind of how that process works for you. All right. Okay, I think Jordan, you're up, my dear.
All right, thanks, Allison. So what I wanted to walk through was just a back end view as well as a front end view. And then I was going to pull up and showcase some of the live pages that we have out there right now on our customers that are using this mindful giving tool. So you guys get a really good visual of what this actually looks like and how it works. So on the back end of the site, once on your website, once we install mindful giving, you'll be able to curate items to a catalog page. And there's two different ways to do that. You can either enter in Amazon URL links directly for that specific product, or there is a search field. You can type in, shoes, and this list down below will pull up everything that is tagged shoes, which sometimes can be a big list, but this initial page is really just a search, kind of add and tag those items that you want to include in your campaign. We can also control on the back end where these are going to get shipped to. So on a earlier campaign for that same United Way organization, they had items shipping directly to their address. But since they're partnering with an agency on this new campaign, we updated that shipping address so that it's going directly to the partner agency, and they don't have to take time and gather the items and then drive them over themselves. We can also include things in here like covering the state sales tax or the credit card processing fee. We have the ability to kind of adjust those percentages in the back end to really make sure that this is a 100% covered by the donor donation for you. Once you curate your items, you can build your live catalog list. It will look similar to this. It'll show you what the title is of the item you've added. It will also tell you if you have that item published currently to your list, and it will tell you the date that it was added. So you can kind of see how long has this been on there? Do I need to take it off, or maybe find a different one that's similar if it's not getting picked up on a lot? And eventually you'll be able to also add in some additional descriptions on each of these products as well directly from this screen. So on the front end, these are two screenshots that we've taken from some of our previous campaigns on United Ways that have had this up and running. The donation catalog page looks very similar to this. It will look very integrated in with your current website. You'll be able to give it a title and also a nice description paragraph at the top of each page. So you can really expand in on what this campaign is, why you're doing it, and just use that as an opportunity to really engage with those donors. You also will be able to, I'm not sure if you can see it here, I'll point it out in the live example here shortly, but on every product, there is what we call a product usage field, which is a great opportunity to really stress the importance of individual items. So if you have an item that may look odd to the donor to see on your list, you'll have an opportunity to list out why you actually need this item, what it gets used for. Or in this case here, we put hey, we need a quantity of 1 on this, or I need 12 pairs of socks. You can update those so that the donor knows where the most need is on your list. Once the donor has added some products to their cart, this is what that cart page looks like. They'll be able to see what the item is that they added. They can always adjust the quantity and bump it up if they want to, or remove it. They'll see the subtotal and then that card fee and sales tax, which is something we can control on our end what that percentage is. And the other neat thing is that they will also have the ability to put an additional cash donation on top of this kind of product in kind donation. So if they wanted to pick a couple of products off the list, but also donate a cash donation, they can do that as well directly from this field. When they move a little bit more forward into that payment page, we've got it laid out really nice and clean. You're collecting some donor information with their email. They'll be able to see their order summary. They can input their card number. It is all captured on the same page. So the important thing is they're not having to leave the site and go to a completely external payment processor. We're able to do this all within the site just to make that giving process smoother for the donor. And then once they've paid, they will receive a customized receipt on the back end. This is something they can save for tax purposes. You guys will also, the organization will get a record of that as well, but they'll get a thank you for your donation receipt. And we can customize this a little bit on what it says for them too. So I wanted to talk, before I move to the live demo, I just wanted to share logistically how the process works. So it starts with curating that product catalog list, which we showed on that initial screen. You'll pick and choose the items you want to put on that catalog page. Once an item is purchased, Amazon will automatically ship that product to wherever the address is. So if it's directly to your organization, that product will be shipped and you'll receive the payment from the donor for that product. That goes directly to the organization, not to Amazon. Once the product is shipped and delivered, Amazon will then issue an invoice, which can be paid with the money you received from the donor already. So it's really a very easy process that works its way through, but that's kind of how the setup and the workflow is. And now to showcase some of those live sites. So I'm going to minimize my screen here for a second. This is United Way of Northeast Louisiana. They just recently launched their To Our Children with Love campaign. So they created a nice landing page for it. And then if you click on the sponsor a foster child, it pulls up that product catalog page. So they have a nice message up here at the top just talking about what this campaign is. And we've got all of their products added. And they did, on each product, they added a quantity needed in that product usage field. So we know, what their goal is for each item. When you add an item to the cart, it updates here on the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side. You can see how many items you've got in your cart. The donor can always go directly to that cart. We can bump up the quantity. I can add an additional cash donation if I need to as well. We also have Mindful Giving on United Way of Santa Cruz as well. So they have a different program that different campaign they're running this through. Again, a nice description up at the top, and they have all those curated items listed down below. So it makes it very easy for the donor to kind of not have to do a ton of searching on their end for what they want to add. They have the list right here, and they can just add those items directly to the cart from this page. All right. Questions that maybe came up before I move on. Oh, here's one. Does the quantity needed automatically reduce as those products are purchased, or do we have to go in and change it? That is a great question. Currently, that is something that will have to be manually updated, although we are working on making that more of an automated process for you. That's definitely something that our developers have been currently working on as an issue that we've seen come up. So at the moment, it is more of a manual field where you can do a quantity needed, or you can write and describe what this product is and why you use that product. So it doesn't have to be that quantity needed, but that feature is definitely coming. All right, just looking for some more questions. I'm going to mark that one answered. It looks like we have another one. What is the benefit of the nonprofit paying Amazon versus the donor's payment going right to Amazon? Yeah. So, and Allison, maybe do you want to take this one?
Sure, absolutely. So the benefit seen on using a platform like this, where instead of just sending someone to Amazon to purchase stuff and they're in their, I'm in my own Allison James Amazon account, I'm in your Amazon account. Couple of things that are a bonus to that. You're going to get the kickback of Amazon Smile if you've got that set up, so that's great. You're going to get my name. You're going to know who I am. You're going to have an engagement with me as your donor, and I'm going to get a tax write-off because I gave to a nonprofit charity, not to Amazon. You settle up and you pay out to Amazon, but what you've gained in this process is a relationship with that donor. You know who they are, you know what they were passionate about buying. They wanted Spider-Man socks. I saw you had clicked on, Jordan. So now you have that piece of information. It helps you guide your marketing towards individuals based on what folks are choosing as what they really want to contribute based on. You have their name, you have their address, and they have a tax write-off. So there's a lot of benefit to that.
Yeah, and if you have any other questions, feel free to pop them into that Q&A field. We definitely can take some time to answer those as we near the end here. All right, I will jump back. So the next slide is, I'll share it here, is where to get more information. So if you know, after today, if you've seen all the information, if it's something that you think you'd like to discuss more with our team, we do have a page on our website at oneeach.com/mindfulgiving. If you are not already a customer of One Each's, this is a great page to go to for a reference. It's going to talk about some of the things that we said here today in this webinar, but it also has a form at the bottom. So if you want to learn more or talk with one of our One Each team members about this, go ahead and fill this form out at the bottom and we will contact you. If you are an existing customer of One Each, you can always reach out to your account manager. We also have all of that information as well, like pricing, how the process works, how to get it set up if you don't have an Amazon business account. We can help walk you through all of those processes here. We do have the pricing listed on our website as well if you are interested in that. If you are an existing customer or already a customer of One Each's, we do have a discounted price. So please reach out to your account manager to get that pricing, discounted pricing if you need that as well. I will go ahead and re-present.
Oh, all the way back to the beginning.
Okay, come back down here.
That's all right. There we go.
Oh, it just wants to.
It just really wants you to just flip through. All right, well, that's all. And there's the whole show.
Back. Here we go.
All right. All right. So we have done this webinar before, and we had a number of questions come in. You guys are a much quieter group on the questions. Please feel free to type into that Q&A for questions. But since we had a number of questions last time, and maybe we've already answered them, we're going to go ahead and share with you some of the questions that we've been asked before, just because you might be sitting there with the same burning questions. So clothing, that's a frequent thing on mindful giving, like we need coats. So what if you need different sizes or you need different things? You will be able to pick out the sizes and the colors, but you're going to pre-select the ones that you want to have in your cart. So you do identify that as part of your process. We're using screenshots when we're presenting this information, so you can go out and look directly at those sites and see the size of the font, and that stuff's adjustable because it's part of a website. So if you're ever like, our target market, we want larger fonts or we want a different color, those are going to be things within the website platform that we're going to be able to adjust for you. there is no cost for you to have an Amazon business account. Hopefully all of you already have one. We recommend an Amazon Prime business account because then, that brings extra deals. One of the things I forgot to mention in the beginning, when I was talking about picking your list, this is a really cool thing. When you go and pick your product items, one of the things that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to identify like your location. Like, I want to pick vendors in my geographic area who sell on Amazon. So Amazon has them listed. So all these people sell via Amazon, right? You can actually identify vendors from your area if you're wanting to do that. You're also going to be able to like select minority business owners or any kind of category you want. They have a lot of different categories that allow you, when you're searching for products, to select products based on categories. That is a very unique and interesting thing. There's another slide of Q&As. Is there not? Let's see here, and I think we have a question.
Yeah.
And you do not have to be a One Each website customer to have mindful giving. Our website customers will have the benefit of already being inside our platform. That's why there's a discounted price for them, because we've already built the structure to start with, at least part of the structure. There's more to do, so there is a cost, but you don't have to be a One Each website customer to have mindful giving. However, once you start working with us, you might want to be a One Each website customer, and we would love to have you as a customer. We do design templates, we can do custom designs, we have predetermined designs. We work with lots of nonprofits. That's how our day's spent. We understand the work, and we are always evolving what we're doing to just make things better. That's what mindful giving is. Mindful giving came about by a need expressed by customers to reach donors in a different way, and we've helped evolve that. So we're a great company. I've been with them forever, and I still love working for them. So that's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Allison, since I've got my screen shared, one of the questions that came in was if we could post links to the live mindful giving pages. Would you mind grabbing the links for Northeast Louisiana and Santa Cruz so we can get those out there?
I can do that. All right, cool. What else do we have on our?
And that, I think that wraps us up here. And Allison, I'll close this out here since you're posting those links, but we want to thank everyone so much for attending this webinar on our new mindful giving tool. If you do not have a relationship with One Each already, we would love to meet you. Or feel free to reach out to Kayla. She is our amazing account executive. She can get you more information and more details. If you already are a One Each customer and we're familiar faces to you, please go ahead and reach out to your account manager, book a meeting with them, or shoot them an email, and we can make sure we're getting some time scheduled together with you to walk through this a little bit more, and see if this would be a really good fit for your website or not. So again, thank you guys so much for joining. We will get the meeting recording sent out to everybody as well, and we'll include those links in that message that comes out too. So you will be able to go back and access them. But if you're looking for them on your own, it is United Way of Northeast Louisiana and United Way of Santa Cruz. There are mindful giving pages on both of their websites. If you look them up, you should be able to find them. But again, we'll get all those resources out to you as well.
I just don't know where to post them.
It's a new platform for us, so we will make sure we send them out to you so you have them.
Yeah, I'm like, I have them. I don't not. If someone wants to put in a question, then I can answer that.
All right. Well, Allison, did I miss anything? Maybe we'll send them out so they've got them. But anything that I've missed? Oh, post them here from Paula. Perfect.
Oh, there you go, Paula.
Thank you, Paula.
I will be posting them right here. Type answer. Perfect. Thank you. Here. Yeah. Hopefully those open.
Wonderful. And as soon as that is answered, everyone should be able to see those links within the answered tab in that Q&A section. So if you are looking for them, you want to grab them, in just a second here. That should pop up in the answered question tab in the Q&A box.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is almost. There we go. Got it.
Wonderful.
So in the answered tab, you should see the answer to that question with the 2 links.
Perfect.
Thanks, Paula.
All right, we'll give
Okay.
everyone a minute to grab those links. Allison, any final words before we close? Did I miss
You know,
anything?
there is one little item I will mention, just so if we didn't talk about the payment processor, just FYI, the payment processor behind this is Stripe at this time. So, and I know a lot of our customers are already using it. If not, we will work with you on setting that up. Okay.
Wonderful. All right. Well, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wonderful job, Allison and
Okay.
Jordan. We'll talk soon. Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you so
Bye.
much.